Good morning. Hi, Instagram. All right, we got some popping up on Facebook and Instagram. If I could get a sound check on both of those, that would be great. Getting started with some gentle yoga today. So again, Facebook, if you're there, can you give me a thumbs up or a comment? Thumbs up, great, you can hear me, awesome. And then Instagram, hi Diane, good morning. Nice to see you. And then Instagram, I'm assuming we're good. I'm getting waves, so I'm assuming, yeah, until I hear otherwise. All right, so gentle yoga. Props that would be nice to have are firm cushion or pillow, maybe a rolled up towel or beach towel. I have the rolled up towel. Some of the things we will do seated, so maybe a footstool or even a chair. And then we'll come up to standing, do some standing poses, and then end up back on our mat for our final rest. We're going to give it one more minute before we start. I give you a minute or two to go grab those things you might need. Cushion or a pillow or beach towel. I've got a beach towel or even a regular towel. We'll use it to sit on, to prop ourselves up, help with posture. Who else I've got? Who else do we have? Good morning, Kim. Kim's here. Lots of Instagram, just I don't know names. At least we have a sunny day so far. I haven't been out, so I'm not sure if it's the temperature. Hi, Lynn. So the easiest thing for me to find was the beach towel. So if you have one of those, regular towel will do. And you also could use a chair or a footstool in place of seated, totally seated. If you want to go ahead and get ready, we're going to start on our mat, on our backs, with our knees bent and feet flat on the floor. All right, it's 10:16. I might give 1 minute. So again, we're going to start on our back. We're going to come to seated, then standing, and then we'll end up back down on the mat for our final rest. A couple strengthening we'll finish up with, and then final rest. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Oops. Yep, so it's 10:16, just about to turn 10:17. So let's go ahead and get started. Again, come onto your mat, right on your back. I'm going to show this quick and then I'll probably pop back up. So my name is Aimee Winkler. I am the group fitness director in Ellersburg. This is gentle yoga for Sunday. I'm not sure the exact date. Yeah, I do have the date, the 19th of April. Okay, Bex, let's go ahead and get yourself, take your time, make your way down to your mat. We will keep the knees bent, the feet on the floor, and then however is the best way for you to get down there to your mat. You can use a prop for your head if that's better for you. Just making sure that the pillow or the prop that you're using underneath of your head, it's helping lengthen, right? Pressing the neck down towards the mat, tuck the chin in just a little bit so that you can have a nice straight spine. A lot of times if you don't have the pillow, then it looks like this with the chin jetting up to the ceiling, and that's a hyperextension of the neck. And if you have the pillow too high, it's really going to be a lot of pressure pushing the chin down to the neck, right, to the chest. Separate your feet out to the outsides of the mat just a little bit, and then let the knees fall in and knock together, right? We're going to hold that there. Taking your hands, placing one on the abdomen and one on the heart. Hold that there. We'll start our centering here, right? I happen to have an app, so we're going to start with 1 minute of breathing for our centering. So just be still, bring your attention to your breath here, taking some inhales and exhales, just normal. Nice big inhale here, and then exhale. See if you can't match the length of the inhale with the length of the exhale now. In through your nose, out through your nose. If that is not working for you, you're welcome to open your mouth. Let's see if you can't take these nice deep inhales and exhales through the nose. Inhale and exhale. This is a cool app I have on my watch. It pings me every now and then throughout the day. Inhale. It's called Breathe, and it pulses when I'm inhale. Pulse, 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 and then exhale. It's 1 minute of breaths. Inhale and exhale. All right, so that's 1 minute. Hopefully help you get a little settled down. Stay where you are on your back, and then continue to just connect with, check in with yourself, check in with your body. How are you feeling? You know, are you feeling stiff? I'm a little stiff from yesterday's PIO class. In your mind as well, how are you feeling? How's your mind feeling? So one of the things too at home, a lot of times there could be distractions, and that's okay. We just want to make sure that we allow the distraction to happen and then let it go. So we're not dwelling or focusing on that distraction. We can hear things, maybe even see things, and then we'll just bring yourself back to here, back to on your mat, back to where you are just for now, right? Be here now. Continuing those breaths, right? Puffing up the belly as you inhale, and then exhale, feeling the belly sink down towards the mat. Continue that. Inhale and then exhale. Right, take your time bringing your knees up into your chest. Both knees up into the chest. We still got the pillow if we need it. This is just an option, not a requirement. All right, just take a little nice gentle rock side to side here. It just feels natural, like when you bring your knees into the chest, you just want to have a little comfort of a side to side rock. Feeling the mat across the pelvis, right, as you rock side to side. And then go ahead and hold in the center here. Pedal out your feet. Point flex, point flex. We'll get some circles in a few minutes. See if you can't keep with that same nice even breath that we established. And then we're gonna alternate, dropping the foot down. We'll do the one facing first. Alternating, dropping, slowly tap the toe, and then bring it back in. And then the other side as well. Options here, you can gently rest your hands on the leg that is staying in towards the chest, or you can take your hands out to the side. Draw the belly buttons in here. Right, so we're trying to engage through the abdominals. I think we talk about this a lot, especially in the gentle yoga classes at Eldersburg. Kim does. Alternating slowly here. So maybe an inhale as you drop and an exhale as you pull this back in. Inhale as you drop. One more time. And hold center here. Now continuing to alternate, extend one leg up to the ceiling. We're going to wake the hamstring up a little bit here. Waking up the hamstring and the quad. So just nice and gently alternating the legs, extending them up to the ceiling. Right? Think about contracting through the quad, the top of the thigh, and then lengthening through the hamstring. Still staying with that breath. Inhale as you extend, and exhale. One more time for this back leg. Right, hold that there. Let's extend one leg. It doesn't really matter which one it is. You might feel like you need to hold on to that leg and take the opposite foot down to the floor. So it gives us a little bit of a brace and a balance, right? Circle the ankle of that top foot in one direction, nice and slow. Working on our ankle flexibility here, and then reverse the direction, other direction, circle. One more round and a point flex here, point flex. Notice how different this feels, right, with this leg in the air than it did when we had the legs bent. So a little more stretch into the calf with the leg extended. One more time. Okay, bend that down, and we'll place that foot down on the ground. The other knee into the chest and extend that up to the ceiling, right? Gentle hold, and maybe you're fine with the arms out to the side. You don't need the hold, but you always have that option there. Right? Circle, top ankle around. Back to that breath, in and out through the nose and the other direction. If that's something you're not used to and you find yourself getting dizzy a little bit, then open the mouth. Okay, hold here. Let's point flex. Really pulling these toes towards the shin as much as you can. Feeling how that stretches the calf muscle. Couple more here. In and out. Last time. Awesome. Bend that knee down and place that foot on the floor. We're going to go back to that first leg, bringing that in towards the chest. And this time we are going to take 10 fingers on the shin and just let the hands and the arms feel heavy on the top of the shin. Not necessarily that we have to do this big pull, but just heavy with the arms on top of the shin. Then you're going to take the other leg and stretch that all the way out, long to the floor, right? Flex this bottom foot and try to push that bottom leg away from you. Feel this in the hip flexor, right, of the leg that's straight. So the leg that's totally straight, the hip flexor, right in the front of the hip. Stretch. Breath here. One more. Okay, we'll bring the bottom leg back into bent and place this top one down to its side. Other knee into the chest, heavy the 10 fingers on the shin, and then slide the other one out.
I found this on the web.
There goes Siri. All right, so 10 fingers, heavy on the shin. Breath here. Flex the bottom foot and press out through that heel so we're active on this bottom leg. Breath in and out. One more. Siri is bringing up, it's taking what I'm saying and has brought up chest pain or something. All right, top leg first. Let's bring the bottom leg into bent and then drop the top leg to meet it. Bring the knees, slide them together, and take your hands out to the sides in a cross position and just gently, like we did with the knees in, just gently swaying side to side with the knees. Take your time and slow, right? When you're going over here to the side, we don't want to get too far down. We want to make sure that you're able to bring them back up to the top. Keeping the breath, the shoulders on the mat. Inhale and exhale each side. Maybe each time you go to the side, you might notice that you get a little bit lower. That'll just be warming up the muscle, allowing it to extend just a little bit further. I am looking at my iPod, but you make sure that we're keeping the head and chin, nose, face up towards the ceiling here last time. And hold center. We'll take 2 breaths here, so in and out. Take a breath to check back in. Notice how you're feeling a little warmer than when we started. So then want you to roll over onto one side. We are going to make our way up to seated, and I want you to do that the easiest way that's for you, that works for you. But a way that is helpful is to roll over to one side and take the top hand, press it on the ground, and push yourself up till both hands are on the ground. And then we'll come around to seated, right? Options here are legs out straight. You may find that you need your towel underneath. It could be fully rolled up, right? Because it's not quite the size of a bolster when it's like this, but it's still very helpful to sit on. And you might find that you need a smaller prop. So maybe you only have the towel rolled up once and it's just slightly under the tailbone, as opposed to this, I have it rolled up twice and I've got it full on underneath of my hips. Straight if that's comfortable. If you're able to crisscross, you can do that as well. And whatever is comfortable for you, and sitting on something just allows the hips to be a little higher, and then the pelvis comes a little bit more to the front, a little less strain on the low back. Everything that we're doing can be doing on a chair as well, or maybe a footstool. You don't want to go all the way up to a chair, but a footstool. Just take the ribs and lift them up and down. We're going to start circling the rib cage. So we'll inhale as we lift and exhale as we go back and around. Inhale, lift the ribs, and exhale back and around. Inhale and exhale. Very similar to a cat-cow, but we're really circling the rib cage around here. Inhale and exhale. Again, watching the breath, right? Start feeling a little bit dizzy, then just change the breathing. Open your mouth some. Circle around. Other direction. If I didn't mention that, I did switch directions. Inhale as you lift, exhale as you go back. Hands are just gently on the knees. If you'd like to take the pointy and the thumb mudra, you can do that as well with the palms up. And then we'll hold it here in the center. Take your shoulders, roll them up and back. and shrug them up and down a few times. Heavy on the down, just let them fall. Great. Taking your left arm up and reaching over. We'll take the right arm on the mat, the left arm up and reach over, and then we'll back. Just tap the left hand on the mat, and then go again, up and reach over. So we did a lot of these side dips and plyo yesterday in the warm-up, and I'm feeling that in the sides here. Inhale, and then exhale. One more, inhale, and then exhale. Let's take the right hand up and over. Left hand is down, right hand up and over. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Last time here. And then bring the arms right out to the sides, all right? We have the palms sort of in the between, front, top, just a little bit of in between, just relaxing them out to the sides. Circle the wrists around a little bit and squeeze the fingers. Nice big exhale, we're gonna cat-cow here. So exhale, bring the arms to the front, really rounding, drop the head. Inhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together and reach behind, push behind. And then again, exhale, come forward for our cat. Inhale, bring it back for the cow. Do a couple more of those. I'm gonna check in, see how everyone is doing. Good morning, Kara, Sherry, Kristen, Teresa, my mom. Keep on, a couple more cat-cows. And then hold center, drop the arms down by the sides, and again, rolls. I want to roll to the back so that we open up the chest a little more, and then hold here, right? Nice big breath. Lift up through the ribs and inhale, hands come up. Exhale, you're going to twist nice and gentle over towards your right side, okay? Front hand can drop to the outside of the right leg, and the back hand is reaching behind you. If you can, turn your head, look to your right hand. I'm a little higher off the ground because I'm sitting on my feet right now, but if it works for you to drop that back hand, gently touching the fingers. Breath in, lift up through the chest, and then exhale, a little more turn. Release this with an inhale back to center, and then exhale, take it over to the left. Inhale, exhale, over to the left. Nice and gentle. So we're not using this hand on the leg to crank ourselves around, right? That might be for a different day. But just nice and gentle, resting the hand and resting the back hand, tenting the fingers. Inhale, lift the chest, and exhale, a little more twist. Inhale back up to the ceiling, and then exhale, arms are coming down, back down to the side. Hold this here. Again, press your hands down towards the mat so the shoulders are just real heavy down to the mat. And then take your ear over to the right side. Keep with your breath here. Any distractions, right? We're gonna recognize them, let them in, and then let them go. Oh my gosh, this feels nice on the neck. Come on up and the other side. Most likely you will notice one side. It's a little more flexible than the other. Pretty normal. Inhale and exhale. All right, chin comes back up. Now we're gonna make ourselves to our way to the standing portion of class. So again, whatever is the best way for you to get up standing on your mat, do that now, and I will meet you there. Warming up, getting warm. Is everybody doing okay? Everybody's doing good? All right. we'll start with mountain. Let me move this so you can see my feet. Just give another couple seconds for you to make it to mountain here. This heels and feet underneath of the hips. All right, I got a long thing. Let me see. Hi, we're loving this class, but can barely hear. Okay, yes. I'm trying to be low. Maybe I need to get a little closer, too. Okay, I'm going to try to get a little closer. I will speak louder. Let me know if that's still an issue. All right, so we'll ground down through the feet right underneath of the hips, and then just take a little rock back and forth, lifting the heels, lifting the toes, a little rock back and forth, kind of making your imprint into the ground there, grounding down. All right, take your toes, smoosh them in a little bit, grab up some of the sand. Imagine, that would be nice, right? To grab in the sand. And then hold the arms by the side. We'll face them towards the front and squeeze the shoulder blades gently, right? Everything is gentle, nice and gentle. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. A breath or two here. Right, grounding down, embracing this new level that we're on, right? The standing. We went from laying to sitting to standing. Nice big breath in as the arms raise up over the head. Lift through your ribs. And then exhale as the arms come down. Again, repeat. Inhale, lift. Through the ribs, relax the shoulders down from the ears, and slow down. One more time. Breath in. And then exhale. This time as you exhale, fold yourself forward. Nice and gently down towards the floor. Right? If you have your footstool or your chair or your counter and it's helpful for you to rest on that, you can. Right? Hands are going to be in front of the shin. We'll hold in half lift here. So hands on the shins, extending nice and straight through the back, the spine. Breath here. One more inhale here. And then as you exhale, fold further on down towards the floor. Bend the knees, right? Rest the chest on those knees. And then release the head. So make sure you shake your head yes and no, right? We want to make sure that the neck is released. There's no tension there. And then inhale to half lift. Bend your knees here like you're going to sit into a chair, a squat, and then inhale, hands back up to heart center, down to the front. Right, so that's our half sun sal. That's where we're going to flow through now, right? Inhale, reach, lift up the ribs. Exhale, fold all the way down. This time, bend through those knees. Inhale yourself to a half lift, reaching through the crown of the head. And then exhale, fold. Inhale again all the way up, reset to heart center. Right? Repeating that through one more time. Breath in and up. Exhale, fold. Relax, release the head and neck. Inhale to half lift. Exhale to fold. And inhale back up, reset heart center here. Exhale as the hands come in. All right, walk out the knees a little bit, the legs. How does that feel? How's that feeling on the hamstrings? Right, a little deeper stretch going all the way down, waking up the hamstrings even more, right? Okay, so heading into a standing series. I'm going to move this on my mat. We're going to take and turn to the right, right? I want to do a warrior two positioning. So the right foot will be headed to the top of your mat and your left foot will be heading away from, so on the way to the long side of the mat. Take a look down and generally heel to heel, right? But maybe we need a wider balance stance so you can just separate and take the front foot a little bit wider, right? Using the spine, you're gonna turn and face over top of that right front knee. Now, if this is too much twist for the hip or the knee in the back, then lift up your back heel so that we're in more of a crescent, right? Either way. Nice big inhale and exhale, and then just through the legs, exhale as you lean a little front into the legs, and then inhale, bring that all the way back to straight. Again, exhale, our hands are gonna be at our sides. We're gonna be doing a push-up here in just a second, right? Nice and gently down, and then back. Now, add those arms, push. So it's a little different than a true push-up. Then on your way back, you're gonna turn your palms up and squeeze the shoulder blades together. Leg is straightening out. Bend and push, back and squeeze. Exhale and inhale. A little bit of a moving warrior here. Push and pull and back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Hands are by the side. Push and pull. One more time. Push and pull. All right, take yourself back into the push and hold here. Bring both hands back around behind you. Gently, you can grab the wrist or interlace the fingers, whichever is working for you. And then squeeze the shoulders and the elbows back together, right? Welcome to keep this on, connected with the body, or release it off to squeeze the shoulders. Opening up the chest. Oh. If you like, you can take your hands down the back of the leg and look up towards the ceiling. Ooh, I think I really needed this. My chest is super tight. Hold here. Squeezing the shoulder blades together. Breaths. And then we'll release the hands. At the same time, straighten out this front leg. And if you haven't already done so, turn the back foot so it's facing the same direction as the front foot. Right? With our hands at heart center, the front leg is straightened. Take a breath in here, and as you exhale, forward fold and bend over the right leg. This will be our pyramid, holding here. Options to drop towards the hands to the shin for support, or again, if you've got that footstool or chair, you can use that in place of your blocks. Take an inhale breath as you lift the chest back up. We'll bring the hands back to heart center and drop them to the side. Step your feet together here in mountain and a little walk out here. Call it like the fake walk, because the feet stay on the ground and we're just alternating the heel lifts. A little exaggerated with the knee. Okay, we're gonna take the same leg, stepping it back. So our left leg is gonna go back, right? Find yourself in a warrior two here. So the front foot again is headed to the front. Right now that's our right, and our left foot is headed to the long side of the mat away from us. Arms are gonna be out to the side, reaching nice and long. This is like a true good space for this, because I have a wall close over here, I have a wall close back there. So I'm gonna be reaching for both those walls, trying to lengthen as much as I can through this upper body. And then take your pelvis, right? Draw the bellies in and bring the pelvis underneath a little bit more. Right? Hopefully the volume a little bit better. Try not to yell. Right? Take this the right leg, and push it back behind you just a little bit. So our warrior two. Inhale, breath here. Exhale, we're gonna head into the reverse. So the top arm is gonna come up, the left arm is gonna go down, supported. Inhale, and then exhale, back to warrior two. We'll do that again. Inhale, reverse. And exhale, warrior two. Feel free, all right? Keep through that a couple times. Inhale, reverse. Feel free, keep going through that. Breath to reverse and breath to two, warrior two. If you need to hold, right? If it's feeling better for you to hold for a breath in the warrior two or the reverse, go for it. Hold. Keep through that a few. Yeah, let's just do one more time because we gotta get. Whoa. Warrior two. All right, we'll hold here in warrior two. Taking your right arm, bend it into the elbow, and hand is coming out like you're getting ready to serve a platter, right? So we're gonna dip over to our right, lean over, the right hand on the right thigh, the left hand to the ceiling, right? This front knee, this right knee is bent, so we're side angle here. Reaching this top arm up towards the ceiling and back just a little bit. So we want to be here, right? I'll show you the difference. So if I'm here and I am forward, much rather be up nice and tall into the back. Breath here. Inhale yourself back to that two. And then we'll just flow in and out of that a few times. Inhale, exhale, side. Top arm can float over a little bit more. Inhale and side. One more time. Inhale and exhale. Awesome. Come back. Arms out to the sides and go ahead and place them down by your sides. Turn both feet in the same direction on the long side of your mat and then walk yourself in. We're going to do a little tree here on each side, tree on each side, and then we'll go to the left and run through that same sequence. I'm going to check on the time. Okay, we're doing pretty good. All right, might be a little bit longer than 45 minutes. Okay, so let's start with our tree. If you're nearby a wall, fantastic, right? You might need that support. Also, if you have the chair, grab a hold of the chair as well. Let's start with one. It doesn't matter which leg you do, right? We'll start with one leg out in front, the knee is bent, and you're toe tapping your foot. Toe tap. Okay. Take that leg and open it up towards the outside. I'm going to turn a little more straight on here. Open that up towards the outside. You've got your toe tap. Right. Take a second here to check in with these hips. Right. When we're doing our tree, we want to make sure that we're not pushing that side hip out to the side, but we want to pull that up and under. So we need to be active on the leg that we're standing on. Actively push towards the front a little bit, squeezing that glute. Right. Hands are wherever they're comfortable for you. And then the same goes for this foot. Maybe you can start sneaking it up off of the floor. Soften the knee of the leg that we're standing on. Okay. Option to be holding on to a wall. Doing the best you can to keep your balance here. You want to find a dristy, something that's not moving. Steadying your gaze to that. Okay. Slide your foot down, toe tap only, and then bring the knee back to the front and heel down. Walk that out a little bit. Or a fake walk. Maybe you can go do a real walk after this. Okay, other leg. Toe tap. I'm gonna turn to the side. Right, so it's a toe tap. It's like how all the people do their pictures now, the toe tap and the knee out. You can be like, hey, partial tree. All right, knees to the front. Hands can be out to the sides, can be in our prayer, and then just take that knee and open it to the outside. Right? Definitely, you're gonna notice one side a little bit easier to balance than the other side. Again, squeeze and press down into the floor with this leg that we're standing on. Squeeze that glute. We're going to soften the knee and then hold our tree. Start sneaking the foot up a little bit, if that works for you. Find a dristy, something that's not moving. Starting to hear some other noises around here, so I'm gonna let them in. I'm gonna recognize them, and then I'm gonna let it go. All right, bring that knee back around to the front first, and then slide it down to your toe tap. Heel down, and let's walk it out. All right. Woo-wee. All right, so let's head to the other side. Right, we're gonna start going in the direction of the left foot. So we'll take the left foot towards the short end of the mat. Right, you can do either way. You can start facing the other direction, or I just don't want to face turn with my back to you, so I'm gonna face the other direction. Either way, right, whatever works for you to best be able to see, or maybe you just need to hear. We'll start off in the warrior one feet, right? Right foot is facing the long edge, left foot is facing the short edge, right? Issues with the twist in the knee or the hip, pick the heel up and face the same direction that you're going, right? Arms are in tight at the sides. Hold here, let's just do the leg. So exhale and bend through the knee. Inhale, full extension of that leg. Draw the bellies in and under and push. Inhale, and then exhale. Actually, exhale. Exhale. Push. Turn them around. Squeeze them back with an inhale. Exhale. Push and squeeze. When you're pushing, really try to imagine that you are pushing a ton of weight. And when you get to the full extension, push a little further, kind of puffing up between the shoulder blades. That's going to best mimic a real push-up or a plank where we puff up between the shoulder blades. So continue that push and pull, staying with your breath. One more time. Hold it right here, and then bring those arms around behind, right? Gently hold the hands, clasp the fingers, what works for you, wrists, and then bring the shoulder blades back and closer towards each other. Really stretching out the chest. Maybe you can extend the arms, pull them off slightly, a little lean back, a little back bend. Second time here, hold that there. Second time here, opening up the chest. So hopefully it feels a little looser than it did the first time. Stay in that breath though. We are almost there. And then release the arms down by the side, roll the shoulders out, and then fully extend that front leg, turning the right toe back in. So we're headed into pyramid, both our feet, right? Front foot is facing the front, back foot, just a little slight angle, right? Hands are gonna come into heart center, breath in, and as you exhale, fold forward over top of that front leg. How we doing? Checking in, seeing how everyone's doing. Still breathing. Great. Inhale and lift back up. Step your feet together and let's flush and walk. We've got to do our warrior two combination, warrior two to reverse, and side angle also. We'll work our way there now. Left foot top. Right foot, the long side of the mat. Our warrior two, reaching out. I'm going to turn a little more so we can see here, right? Warrior two is reaching out into this front thigh a little bit, so it's a little bit of a dip there into that thigh. You can play around with this, and the range of motion that you get here is up to you and your flexibility. Reach long, trying to push the walls away from you, and draw the belly in, pelvis under. If you come to my classes, I call that the Michael Jackson, so pull that under. Gotta get that in. All right, let's inhale to reverse. Exhale, back to two. Inhale to reverse. And exhale. Take your time and take a breath in one position. If that's working for you, right? If that's better than this one breath, one move thing. I have a hard time with it too sometimes. Inhale and hold. All right, left arm is coming into the waist, palm up to the ceiling like we're gonna serve. And inhale, exhale as we go over. right? Top arm can be ceiling. It can also be outlining that head. Inhale, bring yourself back to 2. And exhale, back to angle side. Inhale to 2. Exhale to side. Last time, inhale to 2 and hold. Okay, turn both your feet so they face the same direction and then walk them in. Roll the shoulders to the back. All right, we're gonna make our way back down to the mat. So we'll finish like we started. Come to your back with your knees up and in a little bit. Pillow for the head, right, if that works for you. You can also, at this point, let's do our towel, our prop. Maybe it's your hands, right? If you don't have anything, you can use your hands behind you. Let's put this underneath the pelvis. I'll meet you here. I'll wait till you get here. I just might have to, like, I feel like I could take a little nap right here, right now. All right, so if your knees are touching, bring them separate from each other. We're going to do a couple bridges before we head to our Shavasana here. So hands are down by the side, and then the knees are comfortably bent. The angle, again, up to you. Play around with that. Closer, of course, is more bend in the knee. Further out, a little less bend. Lengthen through the crown of the head, so just gently pull the chin down towards the chest because we've moved that pillow from head to underneath of the pelvis, right? You're going to draw your belly button in towards the mat, and then notice how that automatically rolls the pelvis up and sort of gets the pubic bone headed up towards the ceiling. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, lift the hips off of the floor. Let your head freely lengthen. So you might need to pick it up just for a little sec and let it lengthen. Squeezing the glutes, and then slowly let that down. Inhale here, and exhale, lift up off the floor, squeeze the glutes, pressing the hips towards the ceiling. Lengthen through the crown of the head and slow down. One more time, bring this up, exhale up. Breath here, and then down slow. A little wag side to side with those knees. And then for a quick inversion, we'll bring the knees into the chest. Extend them one at a time up towards the ceiling, and we'll hold. If you have a wall nearby and you want to, you can scooch up close to that and do legs up the wall here. It should feel pretty effortless with this prop underneath of the hips here. If you feel like you're having to work really hard to keep them up, then you can scooch that prop down a little bit, or you scooch yourself back a little bit so that it's just under or on that band of the pelvis, and that again helps the hips tip forward so that the legs can easily hang out here. I like to circle around a little bit, pedal out the feet and the ankles. You can also play the piano with our fingers on the floor here, and then just hold. Bringing those knees down one at a time, if that's best, and then down to the floor one at a time. All right. If this feels comfortable for you to keep this here, we are going to go into our Shavasana. Right? You're welcome to keep this underneath. Maybe you want to use it as a blanket. Maybe you'd rather have it as a pillow. Just find yourself a very comfortable position. And seated is an option as well, right? You can be all the way out if that's too much pressure on the back. Just come back to where we started with the knees knocked in, right? The feet out a little bit and the knees knocked in. Hands can be out to the sides, or it can be rested on the belly too, right? Get there now, right? Find your way towards your comfortable Shavasana. Right? And I definitely encourage you to find the spot that's comfortable for you, right? It doesn't matter, palms up, palms down. It's, it's a very vulnerable place with the palms up. So that's why I usually offer across the belly. If you have something, you can cover the eyes. It's Sunday, so if we were at the club, Bob would probably be having us with some lavender eye pillows right now. Take one last really deep breath in through the nose and out. And let's do that one more time. Ooh, cracking the necks. All right. Slowly, right, melting each body part into the mat. So you could start with your feet. You could start with your head. Let's start with the feet, right? Feet melting, real heavy. That leads us up to the legs, super heavy, right? I usually like to equate that to a long shopping trip. Maybe it's Black Friday shopping, right? Or maybe it's an amusement park. Maybe it's Hershey Park. And when you get back, you've done all this walking all day, your legs, and you sit down, your legs feel like lead. So let them feel that right now, relaxing. You could even contract, like squeeze your glutes and then release and let them melt. Okay, squeeze the middle, your belly button in, tighten it up and release it, let it melt. Shrug the shoulders up to the ears and then let them go. Squinch the face all up, squinch the face all up and let it go. Any distractions, we'll let them in and we'll let them go. You'll hear them, you'll recognize them, you'll let them go. I will encourage you to stay here as long as you like. Continuing to be here now without, well, let's not say without distraction, because you might have distraction, but we're going to let it in and we're going to let it out. Be here now. When you are ready, and you may not be ready, that's fine. You'll slowly start to bring some awareness back to your body by circling the ankles and the wrists. You can bring the knees into the chest. You can rock side to side. making your way back up to a seated position. Or maybe you just stay where you are. That's fine too. You can stay in Shavasana, or maybe you're not staying in Shavasana. You're still listening. You can stay on your back. Yes, yes, Diane. Kim helped me with this. Okay. Wherever you are, take a nice deep breath in. We'll bring the hands to heart center. I'll wish you a great day. Thank you so much for joining me. Namaste. Thanks. Thanks very much, everyone. I hope you have a great rest of the day. Happy Sunday. Thank you, thank you. I hope you could hear me better, Carrie, after I spoke up. It's like a fine line between, I want to be close enough, but I also want to be able to be seen, right? Okay. Bye, everyone. Have a great day.